Guys. All right, we're back. Waiting on everyone, and there's Libby.
Okay. Hi. Maybe we'll be okay this time.
Okay, we're live right now.
We're live right now.
Well, it takes a while for people to come in here. I mean, for some reason it. Are we live? Yes, we're
There
live.
we go. Welcome back.
We're
Guys,
back.
be honest and let us know if we're lagging or not. Maybe we won't be. No lag already.
Not lagging. Net lag already.
Okay, well.
Okay.
We're just
Somebody said lag. Hey, I'm going to start taking out the people that's starting to say lag when it's not lag. Because you just said lag. Don't make me exit you from the show.
Yeah, you don't want to be blocked.
We want real. So I want to talk about. I talked to production not long ago. Someone was saying that that all this problem, this C-19 thing, we can't really say it. I don't know if you know that. We can't say it on.
Oh.
They don't even allow you to say it on YouTube.
Okay.
Which is weird. But because you need to talk about it, we need to talk about it. But I'm concerned that it's going to affect Survivor. So Survivor is this your boyfriend right here?
No. I think this is someone talking to me about the
So yeah. I was worried that it's going to affect Survivor. And so I called production and I was like, so what's going on? Is this going to affect it's the number one show on CBS right now. So it would be ridiculous for Survivor to just cut, just end it all due to this crazy. It's almost like you give up. You can't let this beat you, first of all. And I was told that they don't know for sure what's going on, but they do have things in place for season 41 and 42 as we speak.
That's good.
So that's supposed to happen.
Okay.
So I was happy to hear that. And, I don't know. I think that I think that
they would be quarantined if they by that time they would be able to find like a vaccine of some sort. I would hope.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that everything's fine. I have one of my Patreon. One of my Patreon actually has it. So it's.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's great. It's crazy because, but again, how many people do you know of that had? I'm not going to compare it exactly to the flu, but how many people did you know of has the flu? Okay, he got sick. He has that. So now, I had the flu last year.
Yeah, I've had the flu before, very badly, but
my son had it so bad I had to rush him to the hospital. Like it was scary. It was one of those scary times in life where I had to rush him to the hospital, and he couldn't breathe, and he was like 12. I have full custody of my son. He lives with me, so it worried me. But anyway, I know a lot of people don't want to hear about stuff like, we hear about it too much.
We talk about good stuff.
We'll talk about good stuff. So tell me,
yes.
Who is your favorite so far? What's happening?
My favorite right now keeps going back and forth. Like there's so many people that keep like not doing as much, but one of my very favorites is Tony.
It does keep going back and forth.
I'm like, oh, I like you. Just kidding. You did something stupid. Oh, I like you.
Just kidding.
Anymore. I love Tony. Feel like every time he interviews, I just like he just makes you smile. And like he's playing smart. He's playing hard, but he's not playing obviously in a way that puts a big target on him. He's doing.
I have Tony as one of my the Russell Crown last week for obvious reasons, but when I was doing the top 10 winners with Fair Play and Matt of all times, and both of them were like, we don't like how Tony's playing. Like, I don't think he's not doing anything. And I said, look, put it in perspective. If it was me out there, you know how I play. I play with my alliance. That's the new school. I mean, that's the old school part of me, to play with an alliance. The new school part of me is to play aggressively with idols and stuff like that. But I'm like, if I was out there in some sort of legend season or something like that, and I was like, I did nothing, strategically did nothing. Can you see me, Libby? Can you see me going out there and building camp, working around camp, not playing strategically, not looking for idols, none of that? Can you see me doing that?
No.
Okay. So if I did that, it would be pretty impressive, wouldn't you think?
Of course. But it's so early. Oh my gosh. It's so early. It's still early to me that, like, if somebody's doing something so big and important, then all of a sudden they're going to be the next person that we say that should leave, like Denise.
Right. Right.
So, like, he's playing great because he's not going to get voted out next because he hasn't done anything stupid. So,
right.
I'm sorry, my Overstock package just was delivered, so I got a text about it. That's what texted me. But I just think that he's playing a great game because he's being interviewed because he's making decisions, but he hasn't been a target yet. So I think that he's playing just enough to where he's still entertaining everybody, but he's not a target. So that's why I like him. I think that I'm sorry that I woke your dog up. I'm really sorry. My dog's still sleeping. But I think that somebody who's playing like a very intense game that I don't think will be able to last, Nick. And I think Sophie is starting to get on a lot of people's radar because she is playing really well. So I think that they're like, instead of going for Sarah, let's go for Sophie because she actually has something on her resume. So that's the only thing.
Right. And it shocked me when Fair Play and them said that. They were like, what's he doing? Nothing? I'm like, what do you want him to do? Run around like for idols? Because if he does that, he's going home. Strategically just bust his butt. If he does that, he's going home.
That's why, yeah.
Now, I'm able to say I think he's playing a masterful game because I know his personality. I know his style. Mm-hmm. So by backing down like he's backing down, to me, it's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that, so I mean, Jeremy is kind of playing all over the place. Kim is starting to play,
She's
but
starting to try to play, right?
I'm starting to see her wheels turning, which is getting me excited. I didn't love her this past episode, but I think that she's starting to just gain a little bit of momentum. And I think that Sophie is kind of she's playing great. And I think she's a queen, but I think she's people are going to say, we need to get Sophie out next because we want to also get Sarah out. So let's go for Sophie first, and then we'll get Sarah out.
Do you think Sophie is going to be the next one they target?
I think that Nick is going to be the next one they target because he's been at the bottom of the vote every time. And they're just like, you know what? Let's just take a chill pill and vote out the easy guy.
Okay, you can't. Let's say it's not Nick. Let's say that's the easy one. Like last time, Adam was the easy one to talk about. Nick is definitely the easy one to talk about. He's going to be gone. Let's just take him out of the equation. Okay. Who do you think would go if it wasn't for Nick?
I think Denise, because Denise is I think that Denise is someone who is going to continue to either talk about the Sandra vote that she did, and then just people are going to be okay, that was old news, but like, let's just get her out. I don't think it's Michelle because I think Michelle
Yeah, I
now
don't either.
agent. I think she's going to hang around for a while just
I
because
don't
now
think it's Michelle.
in her zone of how she played last time and how she made it to the end. So I just think
That's exactly what she's at. That's great. You see that because that's exactly what I see. She's in her zone of how she plays the game at this point. At first, she was trying to make some little moves, staying with Jeremy, doing what she had to do. But at this point in time, I think she's literally floating her way to the end of the game.
Yeah, I think that she's going to. I think that let's see, we got Denise, we got Kim, we got Jeremy, we got Tyson. Tyson, once again, I'm like, where is he? Where's Tyson at?
No, but look what Tyson did. Tyson, the first time when Tyson just got back, he laid low. We gave him respect for that. Didn't do anything. Now all of a sudden, he's doing exactly the same thing that got him voted out the first time.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yes. I just kind of, I don't know why. I was really excited. I knew he was going to come back in. And now that he's back in, then I'm just like, oh yeah, Tyson.
Oh yeah, he's playing now. Yeah, I mean, but that shows you the factor of actually playing hard right off the bat or actually laying low. Tyson comes back in. He's doing exactly what he did to get voted out. I think Tyson's in trouble, and I don't think Tyson makes the final five. If he makes the next two tribals, I'll be surprised because now he's doing exactly the same thing that got him voted out.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I think, yeah, he's in trouble. I don't think he's going to last much longer. You're right about that. So there's Tyson, Jeremy, Tony, Sarah. What do you think of like the old school alliance? We got Kim. When Kim and Denise is just kind of like, I feel like Denise is kind of just on the outside of the votes too. What do you think?
Denise, it's weird because everybody was talking about how good Denise was and the Queen Slayer and this and that. And all of a sudden, she doesn't even get chosen for the reward. I mean, even the girl that was allergic to Chinese food didn't say, "I'll take your spot, Denise. I'm allergic to Chinese food."
What a mess. That was.
Do you buy it?
No, not one bit. Like that was rough. I think it's just like all strategy, which it should be. They should be making moves not based on what they're.
That's a move.
Making moves based on strategy. But I just think that was a really dumb thing to say, is that you're allergic to Chinese food. There's so many other things. Yeah, it's basically saying I'm allergic to McDonald's.
Right. I mean, it's
allergic to like
certain,
very,
it's
very
a certain thing. It's that one thing they put in Chinese food. It's that
one thing.
Can't
not
quite figure out what it is.
To soy sauce. Let's just say that, or whatever. That's Japanese, but still, wrong country. I'm sorry.
Same thing. Well, I mean, I thought it was the same thing, not being.
Yeah. But it's basically that idea. So.
Yeah, I get it. That's what I heard right there. That's what I heard. MSG.
Okay. Well, that's.
So, what does that mean?
I mean, that's not Chinese food. MSG is like a little bit more specific. But I think that if she was, Survivor also wouldn't make that a reward. I think that would be something that would be noted. You cannot have.
I mean, but can you have
all the rewards in the world that they can do? Sarah would be like, I can't have MSG.
Then I don't know what MSG is. Is it something you put in Chinese food? Is it a sauce, a soy sauce, a salt? Like, what is it? It's salt, right?
It's like, yeah. So it's salt. So it's like anything very high in sodium if her body cannot.
She's basically allergic to any reward that they get.
Yes. Well, I mean, I guess like I've seen her have pizza before, but I don't know, maybe not. I just think that I eat MSG. I'm kind of, but okay, I'm gonna Google
Google MSG for us.
monosodium glutamate,
You eat
known as the
you
sodium,
eat MSG, and
and I'm kind of a
is that
health.
is that yeah, I don't know.
Grapes,
I
cheese.
eat MSG. I'll go get some right now and put a whole. I'll dump it in my mouth right now. MSG. Uh,
But you know, I mean, I don't know. I don't live with. So okay, basically makes you
Somebody
hungry.
says I do not like MSG. Okay, what is MSG? What does it stand for? It stands for that right there.
Monosaturated glutamate. It's for flavor.
Okay, what is that? It's for
So
flavor.
it's salt,
It's it's salt.
but it's basically salt. So like, I think that if she and Chinese food is very high in sodium. So like, I guess if she would have won steak or chicken, it would have been fine, or like anything else. But I just think that that was just a very big strategic move. And then this is the thing: if you're allergic to it, go anyways, because you're supposed to be like talking
Right.
to your
Oh,
like you're supposed to be talking to your alliances. Just don't eat.
right.
Like, don't be
Right.
kind to other people so that they can eat food when that's basically throwing your game away.
So she specifically gave it to someone that just had a birthday too. So she strategically put it in place to where she's like, I'm gonna give because I'm allergic. Wait, she didn't say that.
No, like it was Nick's birthday yesterday. I think that the world needs to be kinder, and we just need to be nicer to people. And so, I mean,
Oh,
if that is the thing, then that's the thing, and that's her decision. I think that it was strategic, but also she might have just been trying to cover it up by saying that, and people aren't going to go for it. I just think that that was really I wasn't.
what was you thinking when she did it? I was like, bad move.
Oh yeah, right away I was like, oh no. However, Sarah was not on anybody's radar, so maybe she was like, look, I am not in trouble, not stirring up anything right now. Let's see what I can do with this.
But she is now. I think she gets voted out due to that. I do. I think eventually that's going to come back up. And Sarah's trying to play the game. She's trying to curry favor with other players. Let's just go get rid of her. She's a great player. Let's get rid of her. It's a good. You can lay it down. It's a strategy that somebody else can be like, well, she did that. That's what Tyson is doing. Adam's able to switch the votes. That's Tyson said. Adam's able to switch the votes. So let's worry about that. And then what if somebody says, like Tyson, Sarah's currying favor with other people?
I think that if it would have, I think that if it really would have influenced them to vote her out, it would have happened this past episode. However, if they're looking for an excuse to vote her out, then they'll bring that back up. So I think that I think it might not be okay, now she did this, we got to vote her out. It might just be like, okay, well, Sarah did do that last tribal council. Like, let's just vote her out because she's a loose cannon or something. But it's not going to be like a thing to stir up, to bring up her name for tribal council. I think that it's just going to be an excuse. And so if it really would have done it, it would have been right here at this episode. They would have been like, whoa, Sarah did this. We got to get her out. Okay, let's get her out now. Forget Nick, forget Adam. Like, that was stupid. Let's vote Sarah out now. So I just think it's just Sarah might be safe, like one or two more, but.
So they tell us what it is.
So 2 various health problems such as headaches and allergic reactions. It's been considered a factor in infantile obesity. Yes, because sodium can often make people gain weight because it causes bloat as well. So we now
find a professional right here. We now know.
If this was serious, It's a legitimate excuse. Sarah could have
Okay.
been.
So one day we're going to do a whole podcast on you and Tinder. Like, cause I want to know what people actually asked you. Like, what is it?
You can just combine
Before I
all
move on,
on
to Ben, because we ain't
Hinge.
talked about Ben. Yeah, before I move on to Ben, I just want to know that you can remember what is the weirdest thing, the weirdest message that you've ever got on Tinder.
Um,
The world wants to know.
the world is not ready for that. I don't think that should not be said in public. Let's just say that.
Oh, so it's that bad.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've gotten really bad stuff. Like I'm scared to even say it because like who knows? Like some people might
You
hear
can
it.
say it.
I'm gonna
It's
do
just us. We're friends. We're just all friends here. You can say it.
One time I got a video of a guy jacking off to my Instagram story.
I can't believe you just said that.
Yeah. Pretty bad. Oh my God. I was scarred. It was bad. You know,
do you think that he thought, oh, this is going to do it?
This is definitely going to win her over. I don't know. Woo! Rough.
Woo! I'm glad to hear you say that, though.
Yeah. So,
I mean, it's funny to me how guys think. Because I did a podcast most recently on the epidemic of dick pics, and I'm like, why does guys think that it's just so adorable? That picture of that penis is so adorable. This woman is gonna definitely like me.
Like seriously, it just blows my mind. It was just, and then yeah, like for like being on Survivor, then like that was pre-Survivor, so then post-Survivor is just like that. Just it really was just eventful when I'd open up my phone, and I think that like also just like Hinge and Bumble, you just have to be really careful because you have to make sure that you meet up in a public place and you have casual conversation and
that's another thing you got to worry about.
Very, like, I mean, I've heard horror stories from girls that just make really dumb decisions, and it's a problem. I mean, people can easily take advantage of the fact that they just know an online version of you. So
we have a Survivor celebrity legend in the house, Randy.
What's up, Randy? Oh no, it's frozen. Randy, what are you saying? I'm off Tinder. Am I frozen or is it Russell? Prove your identity.
There you are.
Okay. Was I frozen?
We have a Survivor legend in the house, Randy, from Heroes versus Villains, my season. And he says that he does not respect anyone that sends penis pictures.
Neither do I, Randy.
No, he didn't say that.
Oh. Well, Russell, do you respect it?
Hell no, I don't. I mean, it's stupid. To me, it's just stupid.
Okay.
Now, if you, I mean, this is a little personal here, but
What's up, Chris?
It is a little personal, but, and we, actually the viewers are staying and we're getting more, but what I say is, look, if you're married and you're in a relationship and you love this person, I understand the process of all that. Right. But when you randomly throw it out there and say, hey, my name is John, Would you like to go on a date? Here's a video.
John ain't gonna give that a date. No. But I think that like I think videos is just like only for relationships, but like it's just when people think that that's I think when people think that it's like a thing that's going to turn people on, it's just like they know that it's really not going to get you to. They just want you to look at them. It's more of like a thing where they're like, "Look at me, I can do this."
Well, it can turn. Yeah, I mean, it can turn people on if you're in a relationship. If you don't even know the person, it doesn't matter.
Right.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I mean, it's
really different.
Hey, I have been. I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out there. I have been in the TV world now for about 12 years, and not once has any crazy pictures of Russell Hantz popped up on the internet. Just saying, that's for a reason. So, yes. In other words, I'm very picky who I send my pictures to.
Yes. Very, very picky. So there's backstory. I've been catfished, like a very serious catfish in school once, where the guys all made a MySpace of me and like tried to reform other pictures of me and put me
happened to you in high school?
Yeah, it was very serious. And wow. It was like a very that's like when people talk about online bullying, that was like a very
if I would have been close to you in high school, I would have been whipping some ass. I ain't gonna lie.
I went to a really, really small school, but like that was where it really like I will never respect anybody who does like who online bullies or anything like that because of like some of the stuff I went through in high school, but especially that. And like when guys were trying to reform pictures of me and then put it with another girl, it was they were like, Libby's not dating me, she has to be a lesbian. And it was like
that would have stopped if it would have been me and my personality and who I am. And you can see who I am when I play the game. Like when I attach to my alliance, like I become super, almost uncomfortably loyal. Like they become like Natalie White and Parvati. They were like, there's no way I would allow someone to talk negative about them, and I would always fight for them.
Yeah.
In high school, I was even worse. Like I would have had your back for sure. Like that is unacceptable. Online bullying is unacceptable, especially stuff like that. That should be criminally charged, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like we almost did, but then like, it's such a small town and everybody knows everyone. So it was like rough to take huge action too. But I mean, like there were
did that affect you? Would you say, I know we're off Survivor, but eventually this is how it's going to work with me and Libby. We're going to keep talking every Monday. For you that just got here, we have 180 people watching. So at this point, I think it's helping that we're not lagging, but we're going to talk more about different things, not always too serious, sometimes serious, most of the time fun stuff. Every Monday, me and Libby's going to come on here and talk. But I wanted to know on that topic, that's a serious topic, especially bullying, that kind of bullying when you're in high school. Do you think it affected you as a woman right now? Does it?
Oh, 100%.
See, that's messed up.
And I mean, like, I was bullied by guys and girls, and like, it was always just like, I was nice to everyone, but then also, I went to a small school, and like, there would be cliques and things, and I was just never fit into those cliques. And we'll go in, like, we could go into depth if people have more questions about that. But I would never take back me being bullied because it did allow me to grow and develop a stronger heart and a stronger mind. And that was just like fuel to my fire so that when I did leave high school, I had a reason to be better.
Well,
and I was motivated to do that. And like,
That,
we'll have compassion for
you
those
know,
things.
that is, that's a pretty good story. And I don't think you should, sweep that on the rug. You should talk about it more often, because a lot of people out there get bullied and they think people like you, people that look like you, people that's pretty, they have the perfect world, and they're
Mm-hmm.
never bullied and nothing ever bad happens to them. So I think it's pretty interesting that uh, bullying affects everyone
Oh
except
yeah.
for me. It don't affect me. They bully
Or,
me all the time, Libby. I just
yeah.
I just roll with the punches.
Them off. They're just like little bugs, just like.
Yeah, like, because
Hmm.
they. But to be honest, I mean, to be fair, I sometimes I read some things and I have to make myself not worry about it. Like some people may say something about my kids. They're older now. They're grown women now. They say some crazy things about them, and yes, immediately I want to get pissed off. But that's what that person wants you to do. They want
Right.
you to get mad. They want you to feel affected by it. And
Hmm.
most of the time, the ones that's bullying are the ones that get bullied themselves, and they feel they need to push back some way.
Yes. And like sadly, but it shows like some is oh okay. Like some of the bullies, like, they're still back in our hometown, just like kind of not doing much. But
So,
I
do
also,
you remember? I'm not gonna ask you if you know. Do you remember the names? I don't want to know the names.
of
But
course, yeah.
okay.
It was
So
only
you
like
know these people specifically.
what?
So you know these people specifically. Like if
Oh,
you've seen them now,
well, I went to a school of 68 people were in my graduating
so what
class.
do they think about you now? Like, look at me now.
Oh yeah. I mean, I even had some of them come to Disney World and reach out and be like, "Libby, I'm at Disney World. Is there any way that I could get in the front of the line?" I was
Oh
like, "Oh,
wow.
oh, you want to just, like, because I'm working here, like, oh, you want to come meet me in character? Like, interesting."
Okay, first of all, we're not going to talk about the Disney World thing until season Survivor is over. But we
Okay.
are going to get into the Disney World thing.
Yeah, we could get into some
But
Disney.
it, yeah, it,
It has to stay under the hat,
yeah. Well,
Keep
just like the one, yeah, I understand that because Santa Claus is real, and we will never say Santa Claus is not real on this show.
no.
So, but that's funny how it's. Do they not? You think that they don't realize it? They don't realize what they've done. They don't realize.
No, they'll never. No, I don't think they ever will. And I mean, I did have a friend who said that, like, who came to me and like apologized and wanted to be friends and everything, and like I respected that. But also, you have to have respect for yourself. I'll always forgive. I will never forget. Like, I think that it's like, okay,
Mm,
I'll
that's
always forgive you,
yeah.
and I respect you for wanting to be a better person and wanting to apologize and realize what you did. I just have to have respect for myself, knowing that if I can't surround myself with people who don't fill me up and give me the positivity that I need to be a light for others, that's just exhausting me. So I will forgive you and then move on. Like, see you later. Have a great life. Thank you for being part of mine and giving me the motivation to be better. But see you
Right,
later.
Libby. Would you get me into the front of the line if
So
you were
I
in
would give
Disney?
you a magic pass for sure.
Oh wow, amazing. So that's interesting to me that because you always hear when you hear the bully stories, you always think it's uh you know on the other. It's weird how you never really think of the pretty girl or the homecoming queen or something like that that's being bullied when it can happen to anyone.
I think it happens to everyone. I think
Happens
in
to
some
everyone.
way somebody has been bullied before, and that's okay. It's a good thing. It is something that you know really
We
allows you to build character off of. And I think that people need to go through hardship to see what they're they are
Do
they
you
have
know that
oh,
we also have to take into consideration, because I was a stupid high school kid. I was dumb. You know, I mean, I did stupid things. And I think that when we're young, we do stupid things. And then what we do is we learn from that, we gain wisdom from that, and we move forward. So can you sometimes put it past and say, you know, they were young and ignorant, stupid? Or did it affect you to where you're like, nah, I'm not gonna, I'll forgive them, but I'm not gonna forget that.
no, and I did I say bullying is a good thing? I don't think I ever said that.
She did
But
not say that.
okay. Um, I I mean,
No, you
obviously
said, well, no, what you said was you've grown from it. It made you a stronger person.
never say that it's not a good thing at all, but I wouldn't say that it's something that I think that everybody has gotten bullied, and I think that it helps to form character, but I don't think that I will never support it. I just think that everybody has to go through it in some way. And I think that, like, I mean, we all make mistakes as kids. We're all growing up. We see examples and we try to be some sort of person who inspires us, who sometimes is not that person or like that good of a person. So I think that yes, you have to go through like that learning curve where kids are just silly and they're dumb and like they say things that are like that seem like they're being bullied. But
Right.
I think that when people go out of their way to hurt someone, that's bullying.
Okay. We can get back to Survivor here.
Okay.
And I want to, I don't know if that's really Randy, but it's a good question. He asked that that production, well, he says production will rig the next return challenge for Rob. Do
No.
you think that that is a concern? If I don't think that's going to ever happen, but because if something like that would have happened, it would have just happened with Adam. They know that that was the best thing that ever happened to Survivor. They know that if that would have been an idol, it would have been the biggest move in the history of the game.
Yeah.
And they didn't make it an idol. They could have easily made it an idol. Easily. Yeah. They even showed us. They even showed us the idol while he was talking about it. Showed it to us as he was talking. So yeah. I'm like, if they want to do something to make production better, to make the outcome better, that's what they would have done. So I do not think that they would do that. Matter of fact, I know that they're not gonna rig the challenge for Rob to get in the game. I understand the concern.
Yeah,
if that is Randy.
Rigged, I'm not gonna lie. I think that if he did win to get back onto the island, they would probably be like, that was rigged. Production wanted him back on. Oh yeah. Did Rob freeze or did Russell freeze again? Oh goodness gracious. Okay, well we're just gonna keep going with the comments and letting me know.
Okay. I paused for a little while there. Okay. So I think we have Chris Underwood in the house now, previous winner, and he says he's a big Libby fan. There you go. She's taken. She's taken, Chris.
He's taken. I love his wife, Kate. She's awesome.
So he said that he did not get a call. You know, it's a winter season. It has to be pretty upsetting. I know for a fact that Fabio was super upset. Like he was almost floored that he didn't get a call. Now, Chris, do you think this is Chris? Maybe really Chris. I think it is by the comment that he's a big fan of Libby. That's a respectable comment. I want to know, do you think that you deserved the call?
Oh, did he deserve it? Of course he deserved it.
We may think, proof, it's Chris. That's it. So, uh, but what does he think? Does he think he deserved the call? Some of these people knew they weren't getting a call. JT, he knew he wasn't getting a call. You want me to explain what JT did?
I was texting Chris to see if he was really on there.
Oh, so she has Chris's phone number. No, I don't want to. I don't want to get it. I don't know Chris. I've never met Chris. I'm sure I'll meet him one day. Sure, he's a wonderful guy. But JT will never be called ever again. You want to know the story? Since it's just me and you talking?
Yeah.
Okay. We ain't going to lose anybody for sure now. Got 173 people. That's a lot. But I think the most we ever had was 200. But so JT gets voted off. What was that? Was it Game Changers?
Mm-hmm.
All right. He gets voted off. He goes and he parties it up. He finds someone in the country that they're at with this is all alleged. This is all alleged. So I don't want to say that it's 100% fact. And he parties. So he finds the illegal stuff that you party with, and then he has a good time. He overdoses.
No.
In another country.
Oh no.
He goes to jail and overdoses in the jail and almost dies.
Oh my gosh.
And then CBS had to directly get involved and get him out of all this trouble. Because you get in trouble in another country.
Yeah.
Then it's no joke.
No. Oh no.
So this is all alleged, like I said. I mean, if I was told the wrong thing, it's messed up. Now, I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about myself when I played back then. It was 11 years ago. When I played, I let all that get to me. I let it get the best of me. I started drinking like crazy. I was doing whatever it took to have a good time, partying. Just crazy. I lost my family in this whole thing. Now things are different for me. I'm in a good place in my life. I'm not saying that JT's not in a good place in his life at this point in time, because I even understand what JT went through and was like, got voted off and just went off the deep end. Mm-hmm. So, is it fair that we go through this? And JT was one of the most popular to ever play the game. We go through this, and then when we get out of it, we're alone. We're by ourselves. We have to deal with it on our own. And I think JT went through a different route to deal with it. And he was upset with himself and upset with production and upset with everybody that he goes the wrong route. But I understand I don't condone it, but I understood it. Yeah. So don't you think that instead of banning him completely from the game, that you would help him? Like Todd. Look what happened with Todd. Todd was on the Dr. Phil. He's in the house. Dr. Phil's actually in the house right now. He's on the chat. Todd went to Dr. Phil's show, and he went there. They let him get drunk. Because they wanted to show. He went off the deep end as well. Now, what I think, and also he won a season and didn't get invited back. I think that's because Survivor is starting to understand and starting to be a little bit more aware of putting people in the position that can't handle it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that now they're just very particular and very. They just don't. Are you thinking about? Are you talking about CBS?
CBS, yeah.
There? I think that I think they have so many other things that if this was really that important to you, you're not going to make yourself a liability. Like, don't make yourself a liability. If you really care about this, don't do it. Like, don't be stupid, because there are a lot of other people that aren't going to be stupid.
Right.
And so I think that, like, it's true. Like, I don't know. I think it's just, you
Okay, it's
can't.
interesting. Again, we have Brandon Hance in the house. So this is the same type of subject that I was talking about. You know, it really affected me. Like, the game really affected me. Like, I really lost. This isn't me playing around. I really lost my family, not just because of Survivor. It was my own actions. But it would have never happened. I asked my ex-wife years back when all this was going down, and I would say it still to today. If I would have never played Survivor, would we still be together? 100% absolutely. So the whole aspect of it's a weird thing with Survivor. I allowed it to get to me. I had a business. I had a very successful business. I let everything fall to pieces because I was King Russell from that stupid game, which I respect the game, but I'm just saying. And now we have someone like Brandon saying right here, he as well. He was super young when he played. He let it get the best of him as well in the game. You can't, you have to understand that first of all. But there have to be some sort of accountability with production. I had a recent Survivor called me not too long ago. I'm not going to use this person's name, and real popular, 2-time player. I was worried about this person hurting themselves. So I called Lynn Spillman immediately and said, I need the number to Dr. Eliza. That's the psychiatrist, immediately. So she immediately gives it to me. No questions asked. Bam. Sends me the number. I call her immediately and say, so-and-so is talking crazy. Like, I'm worried about this person. So you need to talk to her immediately. Well, it's a girl. So just gave that up. But if you're gonna guess, then you gotta have a guess. But I was like, you need to talk to this person immediately. So she called her and immediately talked to her, then called me back and was like, I thank you for doing that. She's gonna be okay. But again, Sugar was one of them as well. So you come to a point in time, and I know this is a different type of conversation, but it's a conversation that you have to have due to the game of Survivor.
Right.
Us playing the game. We're people too. We get off the game. We need I play so hard, so fast that things change. I mean, I was just a hard-working guy before I started the game. Then all of a sudden, I'm Russell Hance. I'm one of the biggest names to ever play like that overnight, just like that. And then I'm doing these events. People pay me $10,000 to go sit at the casino and sign autographs. So it was different back then. And, those are some things, some deep conversations that I think we can't really have, but we can have them. But I'm saying more like SEG, which is Survivor, and CBS get together and have those conversations. They should have those conversations and say, we need people. And I think maybe they're on the right track because they did not have JT back. They did not have Todd back. I'm not saying that they never can come back, because you can recover. I think that Todd has recovered. I think he should get the opportunity to come back. JT, yes, he did what he did. CBS is upset. But those are flaws that happen due to the game. So don't punish them because of
the game.
Because that's what happened. It all happened because of the game.
Right. And I granted, I was really alone when I got back. So it allowed me to really like kind of let it all sink in. I was living in Georgia at the time. I went back. I lived in like basically the piney woods of Georgia. Didn't really associate with anybody. Was able to just get back to my normal life and not have anybody ask me any questions. I think that when you get back to your normal life and you're thrown back into your normal life, you do have somewhat of a very like rough reaction back, which I think we should have a podcast just about getting back into, or
Yes.
a show just about getting back into it.
You wanna bring Brandon on here and find out what he has to say about that?
Yeah. Well, for another one or right now?
Right now.
Sure.
I'm not gonna air the first podcast. I'm not gonna air. It's probably aired now, but I'll probably delete it because it was just too much. So we'll air this podcast. I would like to see Brandon's opinion on what he thinks when it comes to. I don't really want. I'm not doing this to throw CBS under the bus. I'm doing this to Brandon. Send me your email address. Text it to me. I'm not doing this for that. I'm doing it to help the process. Like you felt lonely when you got off. You know, it's something that needs to be taken care of, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I have another survivor that just texted me and said, "How did I watch live with Libby?"
Oh gosh.
So if Brandon doesn't text me, then and that is Dr. Phil in the house, by the way. Dr. Phil, maybe we can come on your show. We can come on Dr. Phil's show and talk about why this happened. So why does this happen? I'm not a psychiatrist. I can't tell you why. I don't know. All I know is it happens. It's a real thing. It affects you. When you got back, why did you feel lonely when you got back?
When I got back, I felt lonely. One, because I really actually was lonely. Like I had a stranger pick me up back up from the airport that I didn't know, bring me back to my house that I stayed at because I was a personal assistant to a celebrity at that time. So back in the woods, dropped me off. They weren't home. So I literally sat down. I was like, what just happened to my life? And then I really didn't want to talk about it to anybody. And nobody really knew. And also I was I was in the woods. So we didn't have Wi-Fi back then. So I didn't really, or back there at that time. So really didn't have much service. So it really was a very lonely period, but I really did appreciate it. I learned to really just like let it all soak in. And I didn't have to talk about it to anybody, or like I couldn't talk about it. So I didn't have those people like, where were you? Like just kind of having to make up that story. I got to really just like let it breathe. And so that allowed me to kind of have a graceful entry back into the world. You know what I mean? However, I think that people that are just thrown back into the real world and just
we got all kind of famous people up in the house tonight.
What is going on?
I seen you laugh when you sing it.
I know, just like reading these is crazy. I think that those people that have been thrown back into the world are just like, oh my gosh. Like I remember Morgan had to go back to her job the next day when she landed off the plane. I was like, you gotta go swim with Shamu tomorrow? Like, no, thank you. I don't know how I could have done that. I feel like that would really mess with your mind, like especially being backstabbed and like, I don't know. It's just like, yeah, it would have been rough. But
right.
What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I think that it really affected me and my personality. Like I became that person for 5 years afterwards. Like I had a company that was making millions, and it was like it doesn't matter. I let my family start running it, and I just forgot about it completely. Like I don't care no more. I don't care about that. All I care about is TV. and I did another show called Flipped Off uh, on A&E with me flipping houses,
Oh yeah.
and that one was super aggressive. Uh, I didn't like that. I don't like being. Yes, I like being. I was that character, aggressive character, but I don't like being like that towards my family in real life. And that one landed me in the hospital for a week.
Oh, Russell, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, no, don't apologize. It's just, I learned, the hard way. And you have to learn through different things that you go through in life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you said earlier that the person misread it and thought it was a good thing to be bullied. She's not saying it's a good thing to be bullied. She's just saying it made her stronger as a person. Now, so I think that I know it made me stronger as a person now. I'm in a super good place at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to get Brandon on the line. He must have left. I sent him the link.
Well, we'll have Brandon on one episode and I'll just
Yeah,
talking about that. That would be great.
right. And it's an important. I think it's an important topic that we talk about. And Mark is in the house right here. Mark Burnett's in the house. Dr. Phil is in the house. Was that who was that you text?
Oh, Chris Underwood. He didn't
Was that
respond.
Chris?
So I think it was Chris.
You think it was?
No.
Randy's in the house. Chris is in the house. Jeff Probst's right here. We are.
We're just boom, boom, boom. You just never know who's going to pop up.
Jeff, hey, just put a picture up there, Jeff. Need a picture if you come up in my chat.
Right now, picture, Jeff.
But this is
Charlie in the
actually. What's
Charlie,
that?
You DM'd my Twitter, Chris? Never on Twitter, you silly boy.
Somebody DM'd your Twitter. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, go to Russell_Hance and go to that and then follow us. Libby has a little workout thing she's doing with where she works, where you can go in and while you're sitting there like myself, eating and gaining weight and not being able to go to the gym, she has a gym you can go to. Tell us about that, Libby.
That's right. Yes, F45 Midtown Nashville, but we are virtual. So we're on challenge 26, started today. So if you're interested in starting that and starting healthy habits and routine and virtual workouts every day with me, I have to work out twice a day, every day. So that may be why you saw me yawning, is because your girl is a little sore.
Jeff has a picture now. Got a little kitty cat.
A little kitty cat. Well,
so we appreciate you guys watching, and we apologize for the first little bit of this that was all messed up. We will get that fixed somehow. Guess next time we're just gonna get out and come back in. And it was a bad connection that we had. Obviously, we're doing better now.
Yes.
We are going to be doing Libby Mondays every Monday, regardless of Survivor.
Yeah.
We will have a sponsor soon, hopefully, for the show, which is exciting. And, I'm excited to go forward. When Survivor's over, we'll talk more in depth about different subjects in life. We're not here to bore you. Here, it's not always going to be serious. Most of the time, it's going to be funny and fun.
Yes. Speaking
maybe
of
maybe we can get that video that guy sent Libby and post it.
No. Charlie said, what? Oh, and that'd be really funny. Yeah, that'd probably
it would be hilarious.
Oh yeah. Hilarious. So predictions. Should we just throw them in there? Let's start with predictions for next episode.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were doing a Survivor episode. Predictions. This is getting so interesting. I didn't know where we were going here. So the predictions of who is going to. I don't know if they're going to come back. They're actually having their family. Did you know that it's the family episode where the families come? Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay,
So
cool.
that's fun and interesting.
Yeah.
Everybody, the whole family, like everybody, the kids and all come.
Oh
So
my gosh. Well, it's gonna be awesome.
so I think if you're gonna ask me, we cannot say Nick because that's unfair. Nick's the obvious choice. Adam was the obvious choice. If I'm gonna tell you who's going home next, I'm gonna shock the world and say, due to her blunder of being allergic to Chinese food, it will be Sarah.
Okay. So I can't say Nick.
Can't say Nick because everybody wants to say Nick. I did
Okay.
say Jeremy last week because I like to break it out of the box. Like, let's not think who they're obviously showing. So can't say Nick. Who's going home?
Well,
We
I'm
didn't
gonna
talk about Ben too much either.
say no. Actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Not quite yet. Oh, that's a really good choice. I don't really want to say your choice though, because I
No,
just
you
want
can say my choice if you think that that's it.
maybe
But
didn't.
let's not think about. Don't forget about Ben either. Ben, I think, is playing a horrible game.
Oh,
Horrible.
Ben for sure. Yeah. Let's go with Ben. I'm gonna go with Ben.
Okay. All right. Going with Ben. Ben is toast, they say. And
Ben.
who has, I know we talked about this before, but I know it may change every time someone enters into EOE. Do you think Adam has a shot to get back into the game? If he did, if Adam did get back into the game, he is, I'm going to say he is immediately a legend. If Adam gets back into the game, I will put him on legendary status.
I think, though, I love Adam as a person. I love Adam in the game right now, but this game is for $2 million. I think that this challenge, that whatever gets them back in, is going to be one that's going to be like, battle it out. And I just don't know if Adam is a challenge beast compared to the other people that are on EOE. Like, this challenge is going to be intense. It's going to be like, who wants it the most? Like, battle for it. And I just love Adam, but I think that there's just better people out there. Like Yul, like Natalie, like people that are freaking like, I'm ready to fight and I want this so bad. Then I don't think Adam would that.
Now, when we see people's name pop up, like Max that was on the show, some of these people want to see what the hell I got to say, and Libby, of course, but they want to see me badmouth someone, or, oh, am I talking negative about Sandra right now, or I'm talking crap about Rob or whatever. So most the survivors that enter into the chat, they're real. My boy, I like Max. Max, my boy. Have you ever met Max?
I haven't.
He's a good cat. Good cat. He had a podcast for a little while, but he stopped it, and had other things he wanted to do. I think work got involved or something, but I loved it. It was with Max and Corinne. Did you ever hear that podcast?
I didn't. No,
yeah,
but I'll look it up.
She would actually talk about, they would rarely talk about Survivor. They would talk about Corinne and her. She would go on dates, and they would talk about the dates that how it went down and what happened during that date. I hate to be the guy that actually went on a date with her, and then she's.
You're frozen.
So yes, if Corinne wants to do this show, we would love to have Corinne on the show. That would be epic. But mostly Billy Garcia.
I don't think
we had Billy on the show already. Right. So we got to find out if that was really Chris Underwood.
No, it
I'll
wasn't.
text you.
He hasn't texted back, so I don't think so.
Oh, so next time we see Chris, he's gone.
He
We know that this is really Dr. Phil. All right. Well, we appreciate you guys watching. We did get a little ground here, Libby. We got to 200 people and 211 people, even though that first one was killing us. It was killing us. I blame myself.
We were in some deep conversation there, but you know what? It's okay. We'll be in lots of deep conversations.
Yes. This is going to get better, guys. We apologize for all the crazy in and out, but it will get better. And follow us on Instagram. We appreciate you guys watching. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the notification button. And till next Monday, we'll see you later.
See ya. Bye.